This week on Bad Brackets, we go mobile. Hello and welcome to episode number 4 of season 2 of Bad Brackets. I'm your host, Randy. With me is the returning Scott.
Howdy!
Back, one of the few people that have been on multiple episodes here in the season. Sean is back.
Woo!
Oh,
Hello.
And the debuting Cat Butt. Oh, and Trevor's behind him. The timing on that was perfect. Trevin, you have made a great introduction to yourself on the show.
Hey, I can't. Andrew's the superstar of the episode already.
And make sure that they give you the correct answers. Just whisper the answers in your ear, that's for sure. All right, this week we are going back to the video game realm and we are looking at the best mobile games. And I can already guarantee you, everyone's going to be mad at me. Because what is a mobile game? I mean, everything's on your phone now. You can play Resident Evil 4 on your phone.
Oh my gosh!
Does that make the bracket? We'll find out. Listen, I don't want to spoil.
Don't play it on your phone. You're getting.
I don't want to go crazy with any of this. Let's get through the rules, especially for Trevin, as he is a first timer. Each of these contestants will give me 3 possible games that will be on the 24 game bracket. We'll figure out who goes first here in just a moment. You get points based on what seed that game is. So if it's the 14 seed, you get 14 points. Of course, if it's not on the bracket, you get absolutely nothing. New to season 2, if this is your first time, we have one counter pick. So you get to pick a game that somebody else drafted, or you yourself drafted if you really want. And if it is not on the bracket, you get a whole 5 points. However, if it is on the bracket, you lose 5 points. A big swing on the counter picks. Of course, each of these contestants gave me 4 games that they thought were going to make the final 4, and their champion. You get 2 points for each final 4 correct pick. You get an extra 2 points if you somehow get all 4 correct for the final 4, and you get 5 points if you get the correct champion. Let's go right into it with the wheel, and we'll see who goes first. And your first pick is Scott. Scott, you will be our first pick.
Alrighty.
And this one. Try to write the numbers down. Oh, we're going to actually be in order. The one time I didn't set it up prior, ends up in straight order. Scott, then Sean, then Trevin. Sean, since I know you and I have had this conversation off screen, explain what a mobile game is to you.
A mobile game to me is it has to have launched initially on mobile, not be on console and then get a mobile version later, or launch, on PC and then get a mobile version like 5 years later. It has to have launched on mobile and primarily been a mobile game.
Trevin, scale of 1 to 100, how accurate do you think my bracket will be to Sean's description of a mobile game?
0. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna assume a lot of these you couldn't have bought for 99 cents in the App Store back in 2011.
Or free.
Yeah,
Free to play phone games. Lots of them now.
Free to play mobile games anymore are very scary. Scott, what was your first mobile game?
My first mobile game, as I pick, or in general that I've ever played.
The first one that you've played.
Oh, jeez. Probably Angry Birds. I think Angry Birds is the very first mobile game I've actually played.
Perfect. All right, you guys wasted enough time for me to get this in order.
Hell yeah.
You are our first pick.
Alrighty. So I have to rep Genshin Impact as the first pick.
Sean, does that meet your criteria?
It is not meet the criteria.
Will it make the bracket? We'll find
It does meet the criteria. It launched on mobile.
Oh, that's right. Now I'm thinking of something else right now.
There you go. Sean, you're up.
I'm gonna go with trying not think of the obvious ones too much.
That's the point of the game.
I feel like you gotta have Fruit Ninja.
Fruit Ninja. Trav, you're up.
Oh man, I think this was big back in the day, but I don't know if it's going to be as high in the bracket. So I'm going to go Temple Run.
Temple Run. All right, Trev, give me your second one.
And then I'm going to go Doodle Jump.
Yeah.
All right. We're other than Genshin Impact, we're just playing games that we can now play at Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, Sean.
Clash of Clans.
Clash of Clans. All right, Scott, back to you.
Alrighty, so I have to rep the shirt too, so I have to go with Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle.
Ugh.
Man, no one. If Randy somehow
Battle?
put that on his list, you know,
That one is absolutely. I'm going to counter myself.
yeah,
All right,
definitely we know where. It's
Alrighty, the third one is I have to go for the OG Angry Birds.
There we go.
Angry Birds. All right, Sean, final pick.
Trying
It's
to
gonna
think
be a
if
fun
he would
episode,
put this
guys.
on here.
I'm so excited.
A Hearthstone.
Ooh.
Hearthstone. Is that how you spell it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's how you spell it. You're good.
I thought so. All right, Kevin.
All right, this is it's probably going to be high up there, but I have a feeling that we're going to have a lot of video games turn mobile games. So I'm going to go Pokemon Go.
Pokemon.
I mean, that's always been a mobile game. So
Yeah.
that's actually one of the legit ones.
Yeah.
All right, Trevin. Since you picked last, you are the first that can have a counter pick worth 5 points. Which game that has been drafted will not make the bracket?
Give me a Genshin Impact. Never heard of it. No offense, Scott.
That just means you aren't in the space of mobile games anymore.
Okay. Well, technically it's on everything now, but yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to-
All right, Sean.
Man, if Randy somehow actually put the DBZ battle game, I will lose all faith in
DBS, DBZ. There we go. All right, Scott.
Let's go, Doodle Jump.
Oh, I thought you were going to go Angry Birds.
Yeah, I
we're
thought he
gonna
was gonna
counteract
counter
all
it
of your-
Angry Birds. I was going to go for myself, but Sean already took the one I was going to go for.
You can do well. You can have the same.
Can I
counter, right?
re-counter myself?
No.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's all part of the draft.
Okay.
I'll write this down.
I hope Doodle Jump's on there. Doodle Jump was my favorite game.
That was actually a really good game.
All right. Another new addition that Sean knows about that you guys don't. We have bonus
Oh, no.
questions.
Oh Lord. Oh, this
Here we
was-
go. For 1 point.
Oh no, trivia.
Please write these down on your whiteboard, and then we will reveal them all at once.
Okay.
Your first question. How many games in the bracket have a title with just one word?
Oh gosh.
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
How many games in the bracket have a title with just one word?
Goodness. Okay.
Your second question, worth 3 points. How many games in the bracket have mobile in the title? You guys have already mentioned a couple. Are they on the bracket or not? And are there others? That's the question. And your final question, worth 5 points. How many games in the bracket have I actually played?
that's good.
That's a good one.
Are we answering these one at a time, or are we listing all three of them out?
You will go ahead and list them off, but I just wanted to get through there so then I can get your big screen so we can all get to it. But Scott, I will go to you first. How many games in the bracket have a title with just one word?
Oh, so am I only doing the first one right now then?
Well, you just one at a time, but I'm just asking you down the list.
Okay. I'm going with 3.
3. How many games have mobile in the title?
7.
7. How many games have I actually played that are on this bracket?
4.
Oh. Listen, okay. Well, we'll see if you're right. Take you over, and I know the
Makes me think it's less.
John, how many games in the bracket have a title with just one word?
8.
8. How many games have mobile in the title?
6.
And how many games have I played?
I also picked 4.
4. Out of 24. This is awesome. Trevin, have more faith in me as a gamer, please. How many games in the bracket have just one word?
I'm gonna go 5.
5. How many games in the bracket have mobile in the title?
I'm gonna go 4.
4. How many games have I played?
3.
Watch, he's gonna be right. Watch.
You guys suck. You could be right. We'll find out. Nobody knows. That's the fun. All right, here we
That should
go.
be 0.
Let's get right to it. And your 14 seed Pokemon trading card game pocket,
Ah, nice.
or your 19 seed Clash Royale.
19.
Which one is going to move on?
The one I actually played.
For the record, I have played one of these games, so we are already close to your guys' limit.
all of the mobile game like actual enthusiasts are gonna be pissed at us.
Oh, 1,000.
Yeah.
1,000%. Guys, I made this bracket, okay? It's like, I don't know half of this stuff. I was making it up as I went. Show me which one moved on. Clash Royale, a blurry picture. Pokemon, there we go. Pokemon moves on. Trevin, why did you go Clash Royale?
Because everybody in my high school played that, and I've never heard of that Pokemon mobile game. I've only heard of Pokemon Go, to be honest.
That one is relatively new, so
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
letting you know that.
It came out last
You
year.
tear digital packs, and it's far more satisfying than it should be.
Yeah.
That is-
And you
Anything
can
with
actually
packs.
battle in there too.
Yeah.
Packs are such a big thing anymore.
Yeah.
All right. Pokemon trading card game pocket has moved on. It moves to the second round where it will face your 3 seed Pokemon Go.
There it is.
Yeah.
Trevin, you get 3 points. You're in the lead. Congratulations.
Woo!
We'll see if 3 holds up. But which Pokemon game is the better mobile Pokemon game? Should also say mobile is just for phones. We're not doing handheld video games. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah, no, we don't need the whole Switch
No,
library.
yeah, no.
We're not getting Pokemon Rainbow. Which one advances?
Oh, well, I had TCG.
Scott is just going full John Cena.
Yeah.
There we go.
We all make fun of Scott, and his other camera just decided not to work before we started this, and he's making things work. Pokemon Go does move on. You always love the fact that a game came out that made nerds go out and exercise, and it still made the public really mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my goodness, who are these nerds? We never see them. Now they're walking around with their head down the whole time.
Yeah.
Anybody still play Pokemon Go?
My best friend still plays it, and he doesn't have a license, and he just walks everywhere and catches Squirtles on all the corners.
There you
That's how
go.
he gets his workout in.
It's an easy way to do it.
I have a coworker who is insane about that. She goes to the big events and stuff like that too,
Oh
and
wow, that's
other
crazy.
other states and all that.
You gotta love it. All right, let's move on to the bottom part of this bracket. Your 11 seed. If I could click the right button. How about Jetpack Joyride?
Oh, I haven't heard that
fair
one in
enough.
forever.
Yeah.
And your 22 seed, Downwell.
Nah, never heard of it.
Downwell and Jetpack Joyride. All right, who moves on? Jetpack. I believe that's a jetpack. Scott,
Yeah,
you can just
it's a
say it at
jetpack.
this point. It's just not
It's
wanting to work with you.
Jetpack.
Jetpack. Yeah.
If I
Anybody-
tilt it down, you can kind of read it.
There you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
that'll work.
That works.
Anybody ever played Downwell? It ended up
No.
on the
Yes.
list that I saw.
I have it on Switch.
Yeah.
I have not played it.
Is it any
You
good?
literally just keep going down. And...
No, what's
Down the
name?
well. At least it
It's
knows
one
what
of
it is.
those, one of those devolver joints.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
The other game knows what it is because it's a joyride on a jetpack. Anybody play
That's
that game?
fair.
Anybody play that one?
Jetpack? Yeah, I played Jetpack. Ugh.
Old school.
Yep.
But does it beat your 6th seed? Candy Crush.
Oh.
Wow, how's Candy Crush a 60?
Candy Crush and Jetpack Joyride. Which one moves on?
That was Candy Crush. I'd be upset at my listing.
All right, show me winner.
I don't know.
Candy Crush all the way.
The game.
Yeah, it's Candy Crush.
Yeah.
The game
If you can
grandmas
see the
play
two
everywhere.
C's. There we
Do
go.
you still play it? Is that still popular?
My mom still plays it like every night,
There
so
you go.
I guess.
I was going to say, yeah, that's the demographic.
100%.
I haven't touched the game personally ever, but
100%. All right, we get one going to the final 4: Pokemon Go or Candy Crush.
You suck, Randy. I knew you were gonna do something like that. The two
Yeah.
obvious
It's the first
ones.
you stuck of the whole episode, and we got a lot more to go.
I already lost one of mine.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter which one.
Oh yeah, I just looked at Scott's final 4. Whoops. See if how it works. This one I like to go one at a time. See if I can create a tiebreaker. Let's start with Scott.
Hey, this one actually works.
Candy Crush. There you go. Sean, let's go with you. I did. It's up to Trevin. Trevin, all on you.
No,
He loves the moms. And he wanted his mom to be happy, and he picked Candy Crush. Final 4. Thoughts on Candy Crush and or Pokemon Go, Trevin? Is it just because you don't want to do any kind of exercise?
With Candy Crush? Yeah, I thought you were just talking about how I spend my day crushing candy in my bed instead of going outside to play Pokemon Go.
Listen, I wasn't going to out you like that, but you can do it yourself, so that works out good.
That's how we do things.
I was going to jokingly grab candy because I bought a bunch of extra Easter candy, but I just looked and the wife already took it. So
Yeah, you can,
I couldn't
you
do
can
it.
see how
Almost.
much I've been crushing candy in my latest podcast with Trey. My guts hanging over my belt line. I got to start playing more Pokemon Go.
That's why I do this show on my stand-up desk, and you can't see.
Smart. Veteran play.
thinking. Yes.
Veteran play.
All right, let's move on to quadrant number 2. Candy Crush is in the final 4. Your 15 seed. Call of Duty Mobile.
Yeah, I saw that one coming.
That's fair. It's fair. It's a Call of Duty mobile.
Testing this an hour ago to make sure it all worked. I almost tried to fix it. You're not going to be able to read the logo at first because it's black on black. My apologies.
Oh no.
I was just given credit for being a veteran, and then I screwed up. But we'll just do it. It is that mess. It is PUBG Mobile.
Yeah, I
Call of
figured.
Duty Mobile versus PUBG Mobile. The matchup that just had to be made. Which one
I'm
was
just glad it was getting out of the way.
Yeah.
you get rid of one now, and you most likely
Get rid of the other one.
I thought he was gonna do Warzone or something. Yes.
That could
Oh,
be the 2
jeez.
seed. I don't know.
Oh no! This is the Call of Duty seed. Everything's a Call of Duty game. That's the real bonus question. How many Call of Duty titles are on here?
Oh boy! All right, let's get to the first-person shooter game first. We'll see how that goes. Which one moves on?
Revealing?
God, that one was your worst attempt. There we go. PUBG,
Okay.
There we go.
and COD.
Yeah.
PUBG moves on. Any thoughts on either of these games, or did we just write down letters?
Whichever was the easiest one right now. I just like PUBG a little better when it comes to the actual mobile experience.
I will admit, I got into PUBG for a little bit, even on the mobile side. It has been several years, but
Yeah.
I was just trying to record from my friends. They love Call of Duty Mobile, man. That's him and his wife. They just play that like all the time.
So, Trevin, I know you haven't been on one of these shows before, so you don't understand that I love themes. Matchup themes. That's what I like. The themes are very crucial when I come up with these brackets. So, Call of Duty Mobile and PUBG Mobile, what do you think the theme is for the 2 seed?
Mobile.
Let's make Sean
good
as
one.
mad as possible here.
Oh no.
Video
Oh,
games.
no.
Fucking, I don't know.
Oh no.
No, it's really not. But he might still make him mad. How about Plants versus...
Oh,
okay, that's
that's a
weird.
good. That is a good one.
I was trying to hint that it was going to be Fortnite, but...
Oh,
Go for it. Plants versus Zombies versus PUBG Mobile. When doing this, I always forget if Plants vs. Zombies came out on PC first or mobile first. But
I don't remember either.
I also don't really care.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it came out on like Facebook first.
that's a good call.
Yeah.
All right, which one moves on?
There we go.
Soccer,
This one
soccer.
actually showed up.
You wanted to make sure that PUBG Mobile got out of here.
Yes.
Plants vs. Zombies.
Yeah.
I like PUBG better than Call of Duty, but I still dislike PUBG.
Plants vs. Zombies was absolutely amazing. The second one, not so much.
Yeah.
Weird shooter games were fine. Anybody
Yeah.
like Plants vs. Zombies?
I liked it. I mean, I remember just having the fun because it was like a mix of like a tower. It was basically just like a tower defense and a normal, just like place and strategy game.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it did release on PC first, by the way.
Oh, well,
Shaw just had to go look it up.
I played it on mobile. That's all I know. All right, let's move on. Your 10 seed. I know this one released on mobile first. But in my household, it's a mobile game. It's a mobile.
Yeah, Among Us, yeah.
It's very much a mobile game.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
But again,
that
it
is.
did not come out on mobile first. And your 23 seed. How about old Cut the Rope?
Oh, that's a cool.
Oh, I have
Rope,
not heard
yeah.
that one in forever.
Wow, cut the rope.
I loved Cut the Rope. Which cute little animatronic that kills things moves on. That was a themed matchup, by the way. Among Us, Among Us. Ooh, Cut the Rope. Trevor, talk about Cut the Rope. I love that game. Is that one of your 99-cent deals that you love?
Hell yeah, dude. That's a real mobile game.
Yes, it is.
All right. So Among Us does move on. It goes up against your 7 seed. How about good old Geometry Dash?
Ooh,
Let's
that's
go
wow.
old school a little bit.
Yeah, definitely going old there.
Geometry Dash or Among Us? Which one moves on? By the way, Trevin's still in the lead with 3.
All three.
We are halfway through this bracket.
That's just all be.
we are just crushing this one.
Yeah.
Just as I predicted.
Yes. Trevin knew that he's going to be an undefeated bad bracketer.
I'm gunning for the Mount Rushmore.
Once we get a few episodes in our bag, the Mount Rushmore for season 2 will debut, but we're only on episode 4. And spoilers, inside baseball stuff. I actually record episode 3 after we record this, so I don't even know the 3 winners yet. So let's see who wins this one. Geometry Dash, Among Us. Sean, break the tie. Among Us. Trevin, do you feel picked on?
Yeah, well, I never understood Among Us. I played my
That's
first
sus,
time.
man.
I played a game of Among Us one time when I was working at Walmart on break, and I was the imposter, and I
Oh,
had
no.
no idea what to do. And I was just running around, and everybody was just accusing some other guy. And every time they did that, I just hopped on it, and I didn't do any of the tasks or whatever you're supposed to
do anything.
But then I ended up winning, and then they didn't
So-
pick me. So
They all just.
So you knew Among Us. By the way, Trevin is the imposter of this episode as far as gamers go.
yeah,
Even though you guys
That was
thought
a-
I only played 4 of these.
that was a good line, Randy. That was a good
Thank you,
line.
thank you, thank you.
That was a good
I
one.
am decent at my job that I get paid $0 for. Let's go ahead and figure out who makes it to the final 4 Among Us. Plants versus Zombies. Yes, 2 games that started on the PC, but I don't care.
Also unrelated, but my only Fortnite win was 0 kills. By the way,
You're the one that just hides in the background and no one cares.
yeah, exactly. I hid in a bush the whole time.
It's a strategy.
That's the way to play right there.
All right, let's start with. Let's start with Sean this time. He goes Among Us. Let's go, Trevin. Yes, 2 for 2. Scott, break the tie. Which one goes on? Among Us to the final. Among Us and Candy Crush. Interesting final 4 so far. As we move on, we are halfway through. Do we give out some more points, or is Trevin going to win this episode?
3 points, baby.
That'd be amazing.
Mount Rushmore.
13 seed. How about Sky, Children
Oh,
of the Light,
Sky is a fun one.
Wow.
or
Where
the
are we
20 seed, Alto's
Altos.
Adventure?
going with that?
What was the first one?
Sky.
Children of the Light.
Oh,
These are guaranteed 2 games that Trevin has never heard of. But-
Yep.
what? I'm a gamer. I play Execute. Don't pick me as the imposter.
All right, which one moves on? Although Sky moves on.
I only
Sean,
put-
explain what these games are.
I have no idea what either one of them is. So.
Oh, great. All right, Scott, it's up to you, man.
Sky is a lot like if you like the Journey game. It has those kinds of visuals, and it's all about like discovering and going into finding different locations. So Sky is a very like Journey-esque experience. So if you liked Journey on the PS3 back in the day, this is going to be one you'd like as well.
Oh,
It's one that my wife plays, used to play a lot. She has now transitioned to playing Infinity Nikki.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair. Your wife and my 8-year-old daughter have a lot in common. She's still playing Infinity Nikki. It's that Astrobot that takes over her life. That's for sure. All right, let's move on. Your 4 seed. Temple Run.
At least he's not winning by
Hey.
3. That's what matters.
Trevin has went from a field goal to a touchdown. I know he'll know that reference.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Temple Run versus Sky, Children of the Light. Which one moves on?
This was an amazing game back in the day. My high score was in the millions.
I played it like 3 times, then gave up.
It was awesome.
So, Sean, you are the tiebreaker here. I can already tell you. All right, there you go. Temple Run's going to move on, I think. Trevin went Temple
Oh,
Run.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Scott probably went Sky.
No,
No, Temple Run. All right.
Temple Run.
All right.
Gotta give it
you
to
were,
the
you were
OG.
leaning the other way.
I was, but I also, I have to give it to the OG.
Yeah, I like the old school games, that's for sure. Let's move
Yeah.
on. Bottom half of the bracket, your 12 seed. How about Monument Valley?
All right. Okay. Right on.
And the 21 seed, Flappy Bird. Only solo because the owner like just made it disappear for so long, and now it's
Yeah.
again only shown in Dave and Buster's and those kind of arcadey places. It's crazy how many like really good mobile games are now just Dave & Buster's like, money.
They're
time.
all dead.
And it also shows how bad the arcades have gotten.
Yeah.
That's 100% true. All right, which one moves on? Flappy Monument Valley. Sean, talk about Monument Valley.
I'm just going to Miami Valley because it's actual, more like a traditional game than the other Flappy Bird. And
What?
hey, Netflix is doing Miami Valley 3. Give props that they're continuing to
Are you
series.
are you saying that they can't make a Flappy Bird movie?
I'm
I
shocked
hope
they
not.
haven't.
What are
yet.
they gonna do? Show the guy almost killing himself?
Killing himself? The mental strain behind making Flappy Bird.
It's going to be just a bird that can barely fly there, just runs into things the whole time. It's going to be his adventure to try to get better. I don't know. They made Angry Birds into like multiple movies. So
That's a
Yeah,
good point.
they did.
listen, they can do whatever.
And they even put it on consoles.
Yeah.
Speaking of Angry Birds, if I've seen, it is not Angry Birds. It's Subway Surfers.
Nope.
Subway
I like-
Surfers versus Flappy Bird.
The game that plays underneath Family Guy clips on TikTok.
I bet more people have watched Subway Surfers than played it because of TikTok and the games that they just have to put at the bottom of stuff. All right, which one moves on? Flappy Bird.
Yeah, that is Flappy Bird.
This is the, for the record, this is the farthest I've ever gotten in Flappy Bird. It's a new record. It continues to flap its way across the street. It's going great.
Nice.
Now it goes up against Temple Run. Which one joins Candy Crush and Among Us in the final four? Guys, we have 6 games left to reveal.
Yeah.
It's
Sean
7
and I did fantastic.
to nothing.
It's okay. Sean will probably get some points by countering me.
But
I try
Trevin
to
also
be too
covered
smart
you.
with this. So
Don't be guys. You don't. Yeah, you get.
Trevin doesn't need the points of countering me. He's already in the lead. No.
By a touchdown. And an extra point.
yeah, by a touchdown. There.
John likes to overthink these brackets. Jesse and Eric attempt to think like me. None of those strategies work because you guys have to understand. I don't think about it. Just make it. It takes long enough to create these PowerPoints to do all the graphics and stuff. I can't take all the time to put 24 items in a list. I just throw them out there.
That's what you'd like us to think.
Again, go watch the In Your House episode where I watched 39 matches for the 24. I watched every single one.
Jeez.
To be
so
fair,
you're
you can
100%.
watch those matches in a lot less time than it takes to play much of these games.
This is very true. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to have the bonus question if I played all of these things. Trevin, let's start with you. Which one moves on?
Oh, boy.
You got Temple Run. Sean, let's see yours. Oh, is it a clean sweep, Scott?
Yeah.
All right. So I did
I'll
not
give
pick
it to the
wrong.
OG.
Temple
Yeah.
Run. All right. We got one more bracket. 7 to nothing. Nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes the obscure ones. No.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
How about this one? How about old Clash of Clans? Sean?
There's a point.
16 points. Sean is into the lead. All right. Scott, I leave this up to you. What's the theme and what goes up against Clash of Clans?
Oh gosh.
I would have thought he would have done Clash Royale here.
Yeah,
You'd
that
think
makes
it'd be
sense.
Clash Royale.
That was a
No, to
different
go with
theme.
Clash of Clans.
There is another theme, and that is their 17 seed. Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh,
What are 2 games
gosh.
that are on
God.
every gaming
Oh, my
podcast
gosh.
advertisement?
Right, Shadow Legends. Holy crap.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I know what I'm writing just for that.
Raid, listen, they're not going to pick you, but if you want to sponsor us, I'll put you on the show, all right?
At least
You're
Clash is
there.
actually a good
You-
game. What the-
and Jubilee or whatever Eric's fast food place that he.
Oh,
talks about all
Jubilee,
the
yeah.
Those two are our two sponsors that will never happen. All right, which one moves on? Clash of Clans, Ray. Clash of Clans moves on.
God.
Yeah, that's about as long as our advertisement deal of Raid Shadow Legends will go.
It has to
Hashtag
win
not
the
a
whole
sponsor,
thing
I
in order
promise.
to-
And you want seed? There it is. There's Angry Birds.
There's the Angry Birds. Give me that point.
1 point. Scott will not get
zero.
shut out. Scott in danger of going negative if Doodle Jump ends up on here, I guess. We got a point. All right, Angry Birds, and what are we doing? Clash of Clans. Which one moves on? Whoa, Sean, Clash of Clans. But no, Angry Birds moves on. Talk about Clash of Clans. What do you think of it?
This is one that like my grandma actually plays. I don't play.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. She likes playing this thing. It's actually pretty good on the strategy to be honest. It's like one of those like this actually deserves the spot because it gets sponsored all the time, but it's actually a good game. So
Damn.
credit to them.
Well, you're saying Raid isn't? No.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, no,
Yeah. All right, let's move on with your 9 seed. Marvel.
Oh, I
Snap?
totally forgot about that game existing.
yes.
Mobile game, I guess.
Does
What?
it still exist now?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, now it does.
Spoilers, I haven't played that
Some
one.
other company bought them. That's not ByteDance.
All right. I'm here to shock everybody. Go back to the beginning of the episode when Scott picked the game. And Sean went,
No.
there's no way that Randy would put, what was it again?
Dokkan Battle.
The whole title?
Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle.
Your 24 seed is not that. It's Dragon Ball Legends.
You chose Legends over Dokkan?
Really?
What are
I
you?
did it. The list that I looked up.
That list
Dragon
sucks.
Ball Legends. I looked up multiple lists, by the way. But
At least one of these are still running.
all right, spoilers. I've not played either of them. I don't know what's good and what's not. But,
Marvel Snap is awesome.
It is. It is.
so I'm gonna guess Snap moves on. Let's see. And then Scott still picks Dragon Ball Legends.
I still have to represent somehow.
Fair enough.
That is fair. Talk about Dragon Ball Legends and why that was good.
Dragon Ball Legends was them finally adding like Xenoverse type models to a mobile game and letting them actually do what if scenarios. And it actually has its own original story in the Dragon Ball Z canon, which is kind of really cool. It introduces a whole new Saiyan character named Shallot. And you can actually get him to be Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, and Super Saiyan God throughout the story. So it's kind of really cool to see all that happen. But he is also kind of just like your own OC. As you could put him into different types of armor and stuff as you travel through the story.
Totally fair. All right, let's move on. One final game. All three of your counter picks are still up there. Doodle Jump, Dragon Ball Z, whatever battle, and Genshin Impact. Also, that has been drafted Fruit Ninja and Hearthstone from Sean.
Fruit Ninja's got to be on there.
Your final game on the bracket. Yes, it is. It's
Yeah, it is for
Yeah.
8
Ninja.
more points.
Dang it, I should have gone with
For
Snap. What the
Sean.
hell's wrong with me?
Sean still with a decent lead now as he gets up to 24. And all three of you get your bonus 5 points for the counter. Scott, you will not go negative in this episode.
Hooray!
This won't be the highest scoring episode, but it won't be the least. We had some really bad ones in season 1. That's for sure. Usually, when it comes to video games, the video game episodes got a little rough as far as scoring goes. Let's see who moves on. I forgot what it was. Fruit Ninja and Marvel Snap. Fruit Ninja moves on. Marvel Snap. Sean, I'll let you talk about it.
It is a freaking awesome game, seriously. No, if you love Marvel, this is the game to play. You don't even have to really like card games because they make it really simple to understand. Just make sure you knock out 2 zones ahead of whoever you're playing. It's a perfect game to get anybody in to. I got like a bunch of people at work into it and they got super addicted. So don't buy anything though. You could definitely play this game without paying.
Don't buy anything.
Trevin, talking about Fruit Ninja.
Fruit Ninja was awesome. You know, we're talking about moms and grandmas in this episode. My mom played a lot of Fruit Ninja. And she played it on her iPad, so she'd be crushing fruit with her whole hand. Yeah, big fan of Fruit Ninja.
I have learned I've asked the wrong 3 people on this episode. We should have went with all of our moms. For this.
That would have been interesting.
we would have got more representation for these games, that's for sure. All right, here you go. Angry Birds and Fruit Ninja. Only one can go to the final 4 with Candy Crush, Among Us, and Temple Run. Which one will it be? There. I'm trying to think of where we want to start this time. Let's start with Sean. Angry Birds. Let's go with Trevin. Fruit Ninja. Got it.
All
right
right.
again. Scott, it's all up to you. Fruit
Oh,
Ninja.
nice.
Hell yeah.
Ninja. I love it.
Why do you hate the Angry Birds, there, Scott?
I voted for the Angry Birds last time.
Well, against what was it? Clash of
Marvel.
Clans, I guess.
Marvel Snap. Yeah, that too.
I actually like Fruit Ninja. I actually still play it. I mean, I play it
That's
VR
awesome.
now, but
Yeah, that would be a really fun game in VR.
yeah, VR Fruit Ninja is great.
Didn't the Wii have like a version of Fruit?
Yeah, I
Ninja?
think it has a version of it.
Yeah.
It was not as good.
It was in like
because
Wii
That's
the
one
Wii
I
symbol
played.
kind of
He had like
sucks.
swords or whatever. That was
Yeah.
cool.
The Wii Sports Resort was fun with that.
Yeah.
When they actually had like the Wii Motion Plus to make it actually recognize swings.
Yeah, that was cool.
Anybody play that Fruit Ninja arcade thing once again? Dave and Buster's
Oh.
returning.
And the
that-
arcades.
I'm sure my dad
I've
has.
seen it. I haven't played it.
That thing is everywhere. That is 100%. But before we get to the final 4, there is one last addition to season 2 for those that have not seen it just yet, and that is the bubble pick.
What?
24 games made the bracket. Which one did I rank as number 25?
Oh.
This is not a draft order. You can pick the same game. It is worth 5 bonus points. So go ahead and think about it for a moment. You don't have to write it down or nothing unless you really want to. But I will start with the person in last place. So Scott, what game was the number 25 seed?
So the one that wasn't picked then.
Correct.
Let's go with Genshin Impact.
Genshin Impact. Sean.
Let's go with Doodle Jump.
Who's doing? Trevin, are we picking Dragon Ball Z whatever battle? Because that's what we're doing. All right.
No, that's hilarious. I'm gonna go. It's kind of a weird pick. I'm gonna go with FIFA Mobile.
FIFA Mobile.
Definitely don't think Randy thought about that.
Not. Again, all of this stuff came off of different lists and stuff, and this one popped up a lot. Just could not make it on there. Your 25 seed. How about Monopoly?
Oh, Monopoly. Okay.
Okay.
My fiance plays.
That's fair.
that.
Say a lot of people play this game, so but it just
Yeah.
did not quite.
It was like the number 1 game for
for a while.
last year.
All right, here is your final 4 decided by 3 gentlemen below me here. Let's start with Candy Crush and Among Us. Which one makes the finals? looking at what we have left. Sean, congratulations on winning the episode. I'm sure. Scores are a little rough here. And I know what's coming. All right. Let's go here. Let's go with Trevin. Which one goes to the finals? Candy Crush. Sean, since you were so excited. Oh, Candy Crush. Scott, clean sweep?
No.
Oh, Sean messed up my pick. Candy Crush does move on to the finals. And it will go up against either Temple Run or Fruit Ninja. Which one advances? Honestly, not the games that I would have thought were going to make it here, but that's just me.
You and me
Sean.
both.
Sean, let's start with
Can't
you.
believe Pokemon Go. Then.
Fruit Ninja. Scott, go with you.
Yes.
Fruit Ninja. Trevin, clean sweep.
Temple.
No.
I got it wrong both times.
That one you can't blame me for.
Fruit Ninja and Candy Crush.
Gosh.
Greatest mobile game of all time.
Maybe all of us are just hungry or something.
My dinner is right to my left right now.
Yeah.
I'm getting dinner after this.
We are speeding through this episode because I have another one to record and I want to eat. So yes. And I'm not even picking. I'm just sending the hungry vibes to you guys. Trevor, let's start with you. Fruit Ninja. Scott, let's go with you. Is it a clean sweep? Oh, Candy. I've got it wrong all 3 times. I'm disappointed as a host. Fruit Ninja.
I was trying to give Xbox a win.
Is your greatest,
Just because they can't get anyone.
your greatest mobile game of all time. Fruit
Hell yeah.
Ninja.
We'll take that. That's
Again,
could be
the
worse
game I
options.
was thinking.
At least Ray
Yeah.
didn't make it in.
Again, these 3 gave me their picks for the Final Four and their champion. And shocker, nobody got the champion right.
No.
Only Trevin had Fruit Ninja in his Final Four.
Yeah. And Temple Run. Oh, Temple Run almost made it. God damn it.
Oh, it made the Final Four. So you got.
Oh,
4
it
points.
did?
You got 2 of the Final Four. Sean only got Candy Crush, and Scott only got.
We just had a different Pokemon on our Sean.
Yeah, if I didn't pick Flappy Bird, dang it. Want to do it?
Scott with a Honkai Star Rail. Is that mobile only?
No, it's not mobile only, but it is the best. It's the best Hoyoverse game that's played mobile because it's turn based.
It's the part of the with Kenshin Impact and all that.
I will
Yeah.
also say again, we only did the bubble for the 25 seed. Genshin Impact would have been 26.
Of
But
course it was.
I always think of that game as a console game. Like it's popped up everywhere,
PC.
so I kind of avoided. There are other games that started somewhere else, but that's why that was the main reason that one did not make the list for Genshin. Just so you know.
We didn't put the
let's
card on there.
give away some final points here.
Oh, jeez. Maybe.
First question. How many games in the bracket have a title with just one word? Scott said 3. Sean said 8. Trevin said 5. Correct answer? Just 1.
Oh,
The
Down
irony.
well.
It felt like that was going to be it just for the meme, but
Yeah. Downwell was the only one word answer. How many games in the bracket have mobile in the title? Scott said 7. Sean said 6. Trevin said 4. The correct answer was just 2.
2.
Two, damn.
Yeah.
And they went against each other. PUBG
Yeah,
Mobile.
it was
Call of Duty
PUBG and
Mobile.
Call of Duty.
Yeah. You guys suck. How many games in this Randy actually played? Scott and Sean said 4. Trevin said 3. Guys, give me. Oh, have I hit the right button? Give me a little bit more credit than that. I played 11.
Okay.
How many of them have you beat? No.
There's not a lot of them you can beat.
Yeah, to be fair, you can't.
Plants vs. Zombies, I know I have rolled credits on. I will say
Mhm.
that. Pokemon Go beat me. I also played the trading card one. Cut the Rope, of course. I have to look through the stuff. Fruit Ninja I've played. Geometry Dash I've played. I love the old stuff. Some of the newer stuff, it's beyond me. So nobody ended up getting any more points. So Sean,
If you add all of our answers together, it reaches 11. If that helps.
actually, let me give you your bonus. You did not get your bonus points as far as your final four. So let me add those in there for official tally. But Sean, you are the winner. 31 points. Your first victory of the season. So that guarantees us that we have had 4 different winners in the first 4 episodes. Because again, recording this just before I record episode 3, but the 3 contestants in episode 3 had not won before. So hooray, parody, I guess.
Heck yeah.
Trevin, this was your first bad brackets. Thoughts, concerns, worries? How much do you hope that I never show my face back at the Tribune?
No, man, I think this was a lot of fun. I think you have a winner on your hands. If you this format's really good, the game's fun. This is you keep putting the effort in, you keep putting the episodes out. This is a fun little game you got here. I'll definitely do it again. This is fun.
Now that Trevin said the nice stuff, Sean, how much do you hate me?
I
should have been the Scott. Scott was the loser.
I thought you were going to make this worse.
There have been some really bad.
I do hate you for putting Pokemon Go and Candy Crush together. That's
the one problem with the mobile games is I've only played not even half of the games on the bracket, so it was really tough to really kind of get a sense of where you guys were going to go and to create some really hard matchups. Scott, I keep throwing you on the video game podcast. I keep just causing havoc for you.
I play way too many new stuff because I always apparently forget old stuff exists.
I'm gonna have to go on like a football one or a wrestling one. Granted, I did pretty good with the Final Four. Almost not got that pretty good.
Yeah, you did all right. Now that you kind of got your feet wet as far as the way this game works, and you got to figure out what I'm going to do. Just so you guys know, next week, speaking of wrestling, Harry, David, and Robert Taylor will be on the episode. The first time ever, Taylor and Harry will be on an episode together. Fireworks are guaranteed as we celebrate the birthday of one AJ Styles, and we look at his greatest matches of all time. The next time that you see Scott or Sean will be in a rematch in 1, 2, 3 weeks time when we do video game sequels. We did movie sequels to start season 2, so we will do the video game version. And just like movies, it is only the second game in a series that counts as a sequel. Just because I'm going to tell you right now, I have not finished this bracket as of the day of recording. I have over 40 games wrote down.
Yeah, there's a ton of good second.
That I want to put on the bracket and I cannot. So it's going to take me a minute to figure out what I want to do before I decide to torture you guys. Next time you see Trevin will be, where are you at? Just a little over, about a month and a half from now when he will get his wrestling debut.
Ooh,
he will be on talking about the greatest tag teams. Hey, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us as we debated the greatest mobile game of all time. Fruit Ninja, of course. You guys did not see that coming. Of course it won because we're all hungry and we all eat extremely healthy. No, actually, cross that out. None of us eat healthy. So what do? We attack the fruit. We kill it. We get it off our street. How things work. Thank you guys so much. Like, comment, subscribe. Do all the YouTube stuff that you're supposed to do. And we will see you next Monday for another episode of Bad Brackets. For Scott, Sean, and Trevin, I am Randy. And of course, as always, in honor of Scott Hall, we go out by saying good brackets don't last forever, but bad brackets do. See you next week.